Have you ever really thought about how that bouquet of fresh flowers from halfway across the world, or the brand new phone you ordered, shows up at your door in like a day? It's not magic. It's this huge invisible network that literally keeps our world moving. So today, let's pull back the curtain on the fascinating, super high stakes world of air cargo. Okay, so let's start with a bit of a riddle. What on earth do live animals, human remains, and the lithium battery in your phone all have in common? Well, the answer is they are all part of this incredibly complex and heavily regulated world of air freight. And by the time we're done here, you're going to understand exactly why. All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll cover the basics of what air cargo even is. Then, we're going to look at what might be the single most important piece of paper in the whole industry. From there, we'll explore what makes certain cargo special, take a deep dive into dangerous goods, and wrap up with how fragile stuff is kept safe. So first things first, let's get that big picture, that, 30,000-foot view of what we're really talking about with air cargo. You see, at the very heart of this are cargo airlines. Now, unlike the passenger planes you're probably picturing, these jets are built for one thing and one thing only: moving goods. Their entire operation is laser-focused on efficiency, safety, and, maybe most importantly, dealing with a mountain of rules and regulations. But here's the thing. You could have the biggest, fanciest plane in the world, but without the right paperwork, your shipment is going absolutely nowhere. Seriously, every single package needs what is basically its own passport just to get on the flight. And that passport has a name, the Air Waybill, or AWB for short. Now, this is so much more than a shipping label. It's the key legal document. It's the official, binding contract between the person sending the package, that's the shipper, and the airline flying it. So you really have to remember that this one document does three vital things. It is the legal contract, it's the proof of the shipping rate you paid, and critically, it holds all the special handling instructions. You can think of it as the golden thread that connects every single person and every step of that package's journey. Right, but not everything that flies fits neatly into a standard cardboard box. A lot of shipments are considered special, and this is where things get really, really interesting. So what does special cargo actually mean? Well, it's basically any shipment that needs some kind of special procedure, whether it's for acceptance, handling, or storage, all because of what it is, the safety risks, or even security concerns. And this isn't some rare thing. It's a massive part of their daily business. And the list of what counts as special is pretty wild. You've got the obvious stuff, right? Like fragile items or perishable food. But then you get into things you probably never thought about, like powerful magnetized materials that could actually mess with the plane's navigation, or live animals that need very specific conditions. And yes, even human remains have their own unique and extremely strict set of rules. Now, of all those special cargo types, there's one category that is just on another level when it comes to risk and regulation. This is where the stakes are as high as they get. We're talking about dangerous goods. The official definition is pretty straightforward, but also very serious. Dangerous goods, or DG, are any articles or substances that could pose a major risk to health, safety, or property while they're in the air. The rule here is simple. They are absolutely forbidden on a plane unless all of those risks can be managed and brought down to an acceptable level. So how do you even begin to manage all that risk? Well, it all starts with a single number: 9. There are exactly 9 official classes of dangerous goods that are recognized for air transport. And here they are. The system covers the kinds of dangers you'd expect, right? Class 1 explosives, Class 7 radioactive materials. But it also includes stuff that's way more common. Check out Class 9, miscellaneous. That's where you find lithium batteries. And they are a huge deal because of something called thermal runaway, where if one damaged battery starts to overheat, it can cause a chain reaction, leading to a fire that is almost impossible to put out on an aircraft. So, getting these goods on a plane is this incredibly careful 3-step dance. First, the item has to be classified correctly into one of those 9 groups. Second, the shipper has to make a formal written declaration swearing to what it is. And third, everything, from the packaging to the labels to the amount, has to be in 100% compliance with international rules. No exceptions. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. We're going to move from the high-risk stuff to the highly breakable. Let's talk about fragile cargo, something I'm sure many of us have had to ship before. So, as you'd guess, fragile cargo is things like glassware, delicate antiques, priceless works of art, anything that really doesn't like being bumped, dropped, or vibrated. The goal here isn't just about safety from danger, it's about preservation.
And how do you make sure these items are protected? It all starts with really clear communication. Those markings you see, like fragile or the arrows for this side up, they're not polite suggestions. They are mandatory. They're the universal language that tells every single handler along the way exactly how to pick up and move that box.
And this brings us right back to where we started. This is so important. Those instructions on the box, the labels, the warnings, they can't just live on the package itself. They must also be officially documented on that all-important airway bill. It's that golden thread again, making sure the instructions follow the shipment from a warehouse in one country all the way into the belly of the plane. So from a single legal document all the way to 9 different classes of dangerous goods, it's all part of this unbelievably complex system, designed for one purpose: to move the world's stuff safely and quickly. So maybe the next time you click buy on something, you'll think about that incredible, invisible journey it took to get to you.